So Egypt has finally won International Monetary Fund approval for a 3-year, $12 billion bailout program aimed at reviving its struggling economy. But can it succeed in bringing down public debt and controlling inflation while also protecting the country's poor? Euronews asked Richard Banks, consulting editor with Euromoney for the Middle East and North African region.
Mr. Richard, welcome to Euronews.
Thank you, it's great to be here.
Given the current state of Egypt's economy, is the IMF loans the last solution for Egypt?
I think that the IMF package, and it is a package, one must remember, will bring, of course, other multilateral and other bilateral funds. It will bring an agreed framework for the direction of public policy. It's almost as important as a way of international investors changing their perception of Egypt.
On November 3rd, the central bank gave up trying to peg the currency, the pound, to the US dollar, allowing it to devalue by almost half. That followed a considerable period when Egypt struggled to attract dollars and revive its economy, with tourists and investors avoiding the country due to political instability.
Do you think the Egyptian economy will be able to stand the conditions imposed by the IMF?
Egypt has got deep structural problems. The whole subsidy system is not fit for what it's meant to do. It's subsidizing products, not people. You know, you need to give the money to the poor people. You need to make sure that the poor people have a minimum level and can survive and have education and have healthcare. You do not subsidize gasoline or bread. You subsidize the people.
Floating the currency was one thing the IMF encouraged Egypt to do. Another was cutting subsidies for fuel, which jumped in price. That's needed to help get government spending under control. But to avoid hardship, food subsidies are being increased, along with direct transfers to poorer Egyptians.
Could there be a protest mood among the people of Egypt?
You put your finger exactly on the problem. I mean, how much pain can the people take? The problem is that the people are used to paying prices that are not right. What you buy in Egypt with your Egyptian pound does not cost £1 Egyptian pound, it costs £2 or whatever. Now, you've got to change that system. I think everybody understands that. The challenge is, how do you do that without making people starve, essentially? So it's about managing change. And you are absolutely right that there is a risk, if the change is not managed correctly, that you have another revolution. But as I said, you can have a revolution every afternoon. It's not going to solve the problem, guys.
The hope is this will make Egypt more stable, not lead to further unrest.
Thank you very much.